guys, welcome back to my channel. Welcome if you're new. My name is Diamond and it's so good to meet you. Hi, how you doing? So today I'm going to be doing a tutorial on this drugstore everyday makeup routine. So today I completed this look with all drugstore products and I kept it very minimal because this is for beginners. So I hope, and I do talk a lot, so this is going to be a pretty lengthy video, just to let you know ahead of time. So you might want to grab a snack or something because this might be a little lengthy. I'm starting a new series here on my channel, basically that is dedicated for beginners using all drugstore products, because I know not everybody can get like a $40 foundation. Like, who has time? Like, no. But so I kept it very minimal, kept it straight to the basics. Like, there's no cream contouring, nothing like that. Like, it's very basic. So if you want to know how to get this look, then just keep watching. So I have all my stuff right here. It is 100% from the drugstore. The only thing that isn't technically drugstore is my setting spray, because I don't have a drugstore setting spray. Also, I changed up my setting once again. Let me know if you guys like this better or prefer my other one. This one has more natural lighting and stuff like that. So I think that is all I have to say. So let's get started. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to do, I'm going to do my eyebrows. I'm not really going to like step by step show you, because I am going to do like a full like video dedicated to that. So right now I'm just gonna kind of like speed through them a little bit. So now that I quickly did my eyebrows, we can move on to the main part, which is the face. So first you want to start off with the primer. I have two right here. This is the Maybelline Baby Skin, which basically smooths out and fills in all your pores. First, before you even put anything on your face, you want to make sure you moisturize. If you have dry skin or oily skin, you want to make sure that you moisturize, just so that your foundation doesn't cling to your dry patches or anything like that, and your foundation goes on like a lot smoother. So before putting on your actual foundation, you want to go in with a primer. This is just going to extend the wear time of your makeup, and it's also going to do specific things like mattify, illuminate, smooth, things like that. So I just like to press this in like anywhere where I have just fine lines or pores or anything like that. So next I'm going to take the Milani Prime Light Face Primer. This is a strobing and pore minimizing primer. I like to avoid the center of my face when I put this on, just because I don't want the center of my face to be really shiny. I just mainly want it like on the sides. So this will give you a nice little glow under your foundation, and you don't really want that in the center part of your face. You want it on like the sides. So both of these, all this stuff you can find at Walmart. So next you want to go in with the foundation. So today I'm going to use this one. This is the Wet n Wild Photo Focus foundation. I'm in the shade Toffee. I really like this foundation. It gives your skin such a nice appearance. Oh, by the way, I have dry skin, but this foundation looks so nice on the skin, and it doesn't feel heavy either, but it has a good coverage. So all those things are kind of what you want to find in a foundation if you want that. Like, a lot of people can just put on the BB cream and just leave. Those are super like moisturizing and hydrating and lightweight as well, but your skin still peeks through a little bit. So if you want a coverage very light, then I would say to go with the BB cream. But if you want more coverage and things like that, then I would say definitely go with like a foundation like this one. The Milani 2-in-1 Conceal and Perfect or something like that. That one is also a really, really good foundation. So I just blended that out with this sponge. This is from L'Oreal. This is their perfecting sponge or beauty sponge or something like that. It's really, really good. I like it way more than the Real Techniques one. So I just added like one little drop just on the places where I needed it. Now that you have your foundation on, next you want to highlight. So there's two different types of highlighting. There is like highlighting that you highlight under your eyes, and then there's like, it's normally like pressed, or it could be loose as well, like, and it goes at the top of your cheekbones. So basically we're going to do the first one. So you highlight with concealer. I'm going to use these two. I'm going to use the L'Oreal Infallible Pro Glow Concealer. And then right on top of that, I'm going to use the Wet n Wild Concealer in the shade Medium Deep. So both of these concealers are super lightweight, but they give you like a nice little coverage. The L'Oreal one gives you more of like a natural coverage, but it is like strong, like the scent is strong, so it kind of makes my eyes water a bit. But I just like to mix those two because the Wet n Wild one gives you more coverage than the L'Oreal one. So for highlighting, you want to pick up a concealer that is 2 to 3 shades lighter. So this is about 3 shades lighter. So because of like the formula and the coverage of this, I can highlight with this without it looking crazy, if that makes sense. So you want to kind of put that dimension back in your face. That's why you want to use a lighter concealer and then a darker shade around the edges. So I'm just going to do the other one. So it may look like I'm putting a lot, but I really just dipped it in there one time, and I only used one side of the applicator, so I didn't really use that much concealer. I just kind of spread it out a bit. So you want to blend from the inner corner to the outer corner and kind of extend it to your temple. So now I'll continue on with the highlighting. You just want to balance out your face. So I'm going to take the same L'Oreal Pro Glow Concealer. I'm just going to put a little bit on my chin, Cupid's bow, the tip of my nose, the bridge of my nose, and a little bit on my forehead. And then you just want to blend it out. If you want to, you can always use the bottom part of your beauty blender that you use foundation with. Just if you need to like tone it down, like let's say like you put too much or something like that. So this just evens out your face. So you don't want to just have your under eyes highlighted. You want to kind of balance it out. So now that we've highlighted, now you just want to set everything. So you want to set with a pressed powder or a loose powder, just so your makeup does not go anywhere. Like when you hug somebody, it's not going to transfer. So the first thing I'm going to take is this NYX Contour Palette. It looks like this. This is a bit pricey. I think this is like $20-something. You don't have to get this like at all. You can really just get a single bronzer or because I'm mainly going to be using this shade, and I'm just going to mix it with my translucent powder. So I do think they sell this shade separately, like if you don't want to get the whole kit. So now I'm just going to set my under eyes. So first I'm gonna tap it out. Any creases, you can even like take your finger, blend out the creases. If you blend with your finger, don't just go right under your eyes, like kind of just go everywhere, because since you're using your finger, it might pick up a little bit of the concealer that you already put down, and you don't want it to look uneven. So I'm just going to take this e.l.f. I think this is their this is their small taper brush. So I'm just going to take that yellow shade from the palette. Also going to take some Airspun translucent powder, and I'm just going to tap it in. I do like to take the yellow and mix it just so it brightens. So you see how that brightened my under eye? You want to make sure that you keep the same effect that you created with the concealer. I'm going to take just translucent powder, and I'm just going to set the rest of the places where I highlighted. Another powder that's really good is the Maybelline Shine Free Powder. It's like in a blue container. That one is really good as well. So now I'm just going to take a big brush, and now you want to set the rest of your face. This one is from e.l.f. It was like literally like $1. So you just want to tap that in, because you don't want to wipe, because that's going to move the foundation underneath. So So now that everything is set, now you want to just create a little more dimension in your face. So you just do that with a bronzer or any shade that is, I would say 2 to 3 shades darker than you. I'm going to use this one. This is the Black Radiance pressed powder in the shade Golden Almond. It doesn't technically say it's a bronzer, but because it's a few shades darker than me, it's just going to add that dimension back in our face. I'm just going to take this Wet n Wild brush. This is like my favorite brush ever to use. So any brush that is kind of tapered and fluffy. So you just want to put this in the hollows of your cheekbones. You can already kind of like see the hollows, but if you can't, then just make a little fishy face. And you always want to go up, like when you're blending. First, I like to go back and forth, and then when I go upwards, I like to blend in circular motions. So you never want it to go too low because it's gonna kind of do the opposite effect. Like basically what contour and bronzer does, like it accentuates your cheekbones. So you put it too low, it's gonna kind of do the opposite, and it's gonna make your face look a little fatter. I personally like warmer tones for my contour and my bronzer, and you just want to take your time blending and whatnot. So I just take some underneath my lip just to make it appear like fuller on my chin and on my jawline. So you take it up on your temples. This Black Radiance powder is so pigmented. Like I'm dipping in it only once for each of the places that I put it on, and it just looks so pigmented, girl. So you see it's starting to kind of come together. If you want, you can take the brush that you use to set your under eye with. Like if your bronzer did get to a little too low, you can just take your brush and clean it up with that. So now I'm just going to take this Wet n Wild Color Icon blush in the shade Apricot in the middle, and it's just this really pretty peachy color, pinky color, but it has a sheen to it. So there are matte blushes out there. I just kind of prefer them to have a little bit of sheen just so it looks more natural, I guess, because your face isn't naturally like all matte, and you know what I'm saying? So I just like it to have a little bit of sheen to it. So I'm just gonna take this on this Wet n Wild brush. These Wet n Wild brushes are so good, and they're all like $1, $2. So you want to just use blush to just put a little bit of life back into your face. You want to put it right on the back of the apples of your cheeks, so like right there. Don't start right here, like start like right here, and then kind of work your way forward. But you never want to go right in the center of your face, just because that is going to make you look very like clownish. So now that our face is basically done, so now you highlight. I have a couple of highlighters for you because I literally love highlighters. I have the Wet n Wild Mega Glows. These are bomb. They're very pigmented, and they're only like $3. Like Wet n Wild, they have a lot of good products for like $3. And these are the Milani Strobe Light Highlighters. These are really nice too. I actually haven't worn these on my cheeks yet, but when I swatched them, they did swatch really nicely. So I'm just going to take these two. This is the Wet n Wild Crown of Canopy, and this is the Milani Strobe Light in the shade number 3. Depending on how you want your highlight to be, like if you want it to be super intense or not super intense, like you can definitely get that with these highlighters. So you want to highlight the tops of your face, but like the tops of like your cheekbones. Okay then. Tip of your nose, the bridge of your nose, Cupid's bow. I highlight my chin a little bit, but you don't want to go too crazy with this just because it can make you look like sweaty, like if you do it too much. So you just want to highlight the very tops of your cheekbones, and I also like to go in the apples just so it looks, I don't know, just so it looks nice, I guess. For above my eyebrows, I don't like to highlight a lot. I just like to highlight like a very little bit, like whatever is left, really. Now that we are highlighted, I'm just going to finish off the eyes. So I'm going to take this L'Oreal Voluminous Lash Paradise Mascara. I just picked this up like literally yesterday. I heard some really good things. Normally, I don't use just mascara, but I guess I will today. This is so cute. Look at this. This is like everything, this packaging. Yes, honey. So I did get some right there and like underneath my eyes. I don't know if I like this yet. The formula is just so like thick and whatnot. I don't really know if I mess with it, but okay, so I'm just gonna let that dry and then I'm just gonna take it off with the Q-tip later. Okay, so now for lips. This part is super simple. Like really, you just put on any gloss that you want. You can really just put on like Vaseline if you want to. I'm going to take the NYX Suede Matte Lip Liners and I'm going to take the shade Sandstorm. Wait, let me take this off first. So I just have a Q-tip. You just want to simply do that. Okay, so for the lip liner, like I said, this is completely optional, but I like to make sure my lips like look defined and stuff. I love the NYX Suede lip liners way much better than the regular ones. These just go on so much more like smoothly than the other ones. Then I'm just going to put on this gloss on top. This is the NYX Praline lip gloss. And this is a super pretty shade. They have a lot of nice shades too, and these are like $6, I think, or something like that. Okay, so I'm just going to highlight my inner corners really quick just because it just brightens your eyes and I just love it. So now I'm just going to spray my beauty blender or the L'Oreal sponge, whatever you want to say, with the spray that I'm going to use to set my face. And I just like to tap in my highlight. It just makes it look like more blended and more like shining from within rather than just like a glitter stripe on your face. Okay, so now that our whole face is done, we can finally set it. So this is the only non-drugstore thing about this whole entire tutorial. This is the Mario Badescu facial spray with aloe, herbs, and rose water. If you haven't heard of this, his whole like facial spray line is so bomb. This is $7 at Ulta, and they have like a bigger bottle for like $12 or something like that. It's just a really bomb like setting spray. So even though it's not still drugstore, you can find it at Ulta in like the prestige section. So yeah, so I'm just going to spray my face, and I don't know if they made it different, but they made the sprayer more like psh, rather than psh. I don't know. I kind of like the psh. I don't like the psh. You know, like. Okay. If you want, you can just tap over everything. Just to make sure that everything is in place and it's not going to move anywhere. Okay. And that is the final look. I think that was super simple. I don't even think it was a lot of steps, honestly, because this is all the steps that I have to take. Like if I want a nice everyday look, like I think it's a nice little everyday look, and I think it's great for beginners, if I do say so myself. I think I did a good job. But let me know what you think about this look. This is like probably like my most natural look I've ever done ever in my life. I still feel like in my heart like I need to put on some lashes, but I'm not going to. So yeah, so let me know what you guys think in this video. Like, did it help you? Like, I really wanted to help you guys, like I really do. So let me know if it helped you in the comments down below, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye.